Hey guys, this is Soul Survivor 610 coming back at you with another video. Today I'm going to give you guys all my tips and tricks on how I get my shoes for the low. So a question I get asked often is, how did you get so many shoes? I've been collecting for about 10 years now, so I've accumulated a lot of shoes over the years. But that being said, I have not overpaid for a shoe, or in other terms, I have not paid resale on a shoe for probably about 70% of my collection. The main place I use to get my shoes, I'm on there every single day looking for deals, is eBay. A lot of people that I know don't use eBay because they think that they're gonna get scammed by a seller, there's gonna be fake stuff on there, and I'm not denying that. There are a lot of people out there pushing fake shoes. There are a lot of people out there who just won't send anything at all and try to get away with it. But if you know how to read the account, make sure you're buying from a trusted seller, and use PayPal, you're gonna be safe in your transactions. With me, I just have two examples of shoes that I got off eBay and just showing you guys how good of deals you can get. For this pair, these are the Fire Red 3s. As you can see, yes, they're worn. They're in pretty good condition. No real paint chipping. There's no creasing on the toe. Overall, I would probably say 8 out of 10 condition. There's just a little bit of yellowing, but that comes with age. So I got these for 50 bucks. The way I got these was I went into the settings, messed with the default, so I just looked up only shoes my size, only retro Jordans, and then I capped it out at about 100 bucks. You will be amazed at what people are selling for 100 bucks or less on eBay. There are so many people that will just put the shoe on, wear it once, and then just sell it because they know that they can't get the resale for it because it's not dead stock anymore. But as long as you're okay with wearing lightly pre-owned shoes, all these methods are gonna work out for you. Now, I'm not saying that eBay is gonna work if you wanna buy really crazy stuff. If you wanna get out there and buy Nike Yeezys or Dornbeckers or Off-Whites, more than likely eBay is not going to be your friend. I'm talking about people who are interested in older Jordans, shoes that don't have a crazy amount of hype but that still do have resale value, like these. If these were dead stock, they would have decent resale value compared to their retail price. So $50 for these in the condition that they're in, absolute steal. Now these are my dead stock cream 350s. Now the reason I have these out is because I bought these for retail off of eBay. It was a guy from Texas. I was talking to him in his private messages. He just told me, he had fallen on some hard times. He needed rent money. Showed me all the pictures, showed me the receipt, still has the tag, came with the box, so everything's legit, and I got them for retail. Now I know you're thinking, well, why didn't he just sell them for resale? Because he could obviously do that on a different platform. Some people just don't have the time or the patience to wait and to make the most money that they can off a shoe. So this guy was willing to get his money immediately, even though he was taking a hit for what he could potentially get if he waited. And like I said, these are just two examples. Behind me, there's probably 30 or 40 other pairs I could pull out and just show you. I just figured that I would just start the video off with these two. Like I said, use eBay. Put in your size, put in buy now so you don't have to deal with all the bidding wars. Set a price cap. That is going to be the #1 way to find out what you can buy in your price range. So if it's $75, don't be ashamed, just put $75 on there. These were $50. If you are consistent and you look through, there will be something that pops up. You may not even know what you're looking for, just like I do. Half the time I'm just looking to see what steals I can get. But if you have a shoe in mind, it will pop up on there. Okay guys, so the next platform I'm gonna go over is your third-party apps. Stuff like LetGo, OfferUp, Craigslist, all those places where people can just put out an ad for a shoe or an item and get offers and bids back, and usually you just meet up locally. I have really been utilizing this app called OfferUp the past 2 years, and I've gotten some crazy deals off that app. So right here I have the GMP 6s. I actually have the 7s too. I bought them together, but I only really want 2 pairs of shoes on the table at a time, so I just have these out for as an example. So you can see the bottoms. Yes, they are worn, but very lightly. No creasing on the toe. No paint chipping at all. I would honestly say these are a 9 or a 9.5 out of 10 condition. So I got these and the 7s with the OG box and everything. The 7s were worn once as well. I got them for $250 together. $250 for the GMP pack. Like 9 out of 10 condition. That is a steal. I hit the guy up, we met at the gas station by my house, and we did the deal. The reason why I love OfferUp is because people will put up a pair of shoes, they'll have their price, but people are never really set on their price. Like these were $300. That's how much he wanted for them. I told him, I don't have $300. I can do $250 if we can meet today. And he came to me, we did the deal. So you can really haggle, you can get a price that you like. Don't just settle for the face value. Don't just settle for the price that they have out there on the listing. Always try and get a lower price. The other example are the Toro 4s right here. So when we're looking at condition, absolutely nowhere on the bottoms. Like these might have been tried on in the store. There's no creasing on the toe. I mean, these shoes are just in amazing condition. Like I camped out for these when they first came out, and I didn't think that they'd be worth anything close to what they're worth today. But the other reason I like OfferUp is because you can trade. Now, I had a pair of shoes listed up on OfferUp. It was a pair of Kyrie 1 Nike IDs. They were beat. They were like 7 out of 10 condition. Really weird, like Lily Pulitzer colors too. The whole shoe was like this lime green, and they had like a pink translucent bottom, pink swoosh. I wasn't the one who created it. I actually bought it off eBay for like $50 a while ago. And the guy hit me up and he said, hey, I got some shoes to trade for those Kyries. Is there anything they'd be interested in? And jokingly, I saw these Toro 4s on his page and I was like, yeah, dude, I love the Toro 4s. Like, can we do that? And he said, yeah, sure. I don't think he was a shoe collector. I think somehow these shoes just ended up in his hands. He didn't really know the value of them because these are worth astronomically more than the Kyries that I had at the time, but we met up, we did the deal. He gave me the box, the receipt, so I know that they are authentic. I just think it's a crazy deal that I got, and I'm super lucky to have this pair. Utilize those apps, Craigslist, OfferUp, Letgo. I'm sure there's more out there. People are always putting stuff up. People don't have the time or the patience to get the best deal, and people will usually haggle on prices as well as just taking ridiculous trades if they don't know what they have. Okay guys, so the next platform I'm going to get into is your sneaker shows. Now, this obviously isn't as accessible. Not every city has sneaker shows. Sneaker shows aren't always happening. But when one does come to your area, it is definitely worth it to take the time out of your day and go and look for deals. So right here we have a pair of photo blue 9s, brand new. I wore them once for a photo shoot after I bought them. Came with the box, came with everything. Super clean shoe. I realize this is a GR Jordan. It's not super hype. I don't know anything about this shoe. It might not even be worth retail anymore. But what I do know is I got a steal for it. The guy had the shoe up, $150. It was towards the end of the show, end of the day. Most of his shoes have been bought except for these, and I walked up and I said, I'm a fan of this colorway. I love 9s. I think this is a simple, it's a clean colorway, and I said $100 right now for it, and he did it. So $100 for these. If you're just trying to get into the sneaker game, or you don't really feel like spending thousands of dollars on like off-white and just crazy stuff like that, just start off with a respectable pair of Jordans. There's nothing wrong with just collecting GRs. I have so many GRs in my collection and I love them. And $100 for these, you can't really get anything better than that. Now that I just said all that humbling stuff, I'm gonna go to some Fear of Gods and tell you about how I got these. Got these at the same exact show. I paid $500 for these. So these are one of the pairs that I did pay over retail for. But the reason why I have them out here is because you can invest. I bought these shoes for $500. At the time when I bought them, I think they were really only worth like $525 or something, so I wasn't making, there's no money to be made off that pair at that time. At the point of this video being taken, on StockX they're going for about a little over $700 right now, so these are worth $200 more than I paid for them. Granted, you could have just bought it from anywhere, but when you go to SneakerCon, you can see the shoes in hand, you can just have an experience while you buy the shoe. That's why I love these shoes. I probably won't ever sell them because, it was just such a great experience going to that SneakerCon and picking these up. So I have these two examples out there. I just wanted to say I also have a pair of dead stock Mocha 3s that I got at the same show for $100 too. The love and respect for GRs is dying down quite a bit. People are getting caught up in the hype, but there's nothing wrong with staying close to the basics. The final platform I'm going to talk about is one that I think gets seriously overlooked. I get a lot of strange looks when I tell people that I have gotten shoes from these places, and that place is thrift shops. And hand-me-down boutiques, stuff like that. I'm talking about like Buffalo Exchange, Salvation Army, Plato's Closet, Clothing Mentor. All those places where people can take their clothes that they've worn and sell them for a cheap price. That is where you want to go and look. My girlfriend used to work at a Plato's Closet, so she would kind of get first dibs on stuff when it came in. Whenever a nice pair of shoes came in, she would just text me and say, hey, these just came in, put them aside for me, and I'd come in and buy them later. So here are some examples of stuff I bought at Plato's Closet. These are the Pure Money 4s. Not a really, really wild pair, just an all-white pair of 4s. I don't know if the color is really getting washed out because of the lights that I have in the background. These are worn like once or twice. There's a little bit of a crease right there, as happens with all Jordans, but really, really clean pair. Came with the box and everything. I paid $50 for these. I have no idea what the resale is. I'm assuming it's like $300 for a brand new pair. And for a pair in this condition, I know for a fact it's gotta be at least like $150. But I paid $50 for these. The people at these stores aren't looking to make a crazy amount of profit off the clothes and shoes there. They just want to buy the clothes and shoes cheap and then just sell them cheap as well. That's how they have so many customers and why they're still open. They want the product in and out of that door as fast as possible. So yeah, they could have sat on shelves and waited for that person who knew what they were buying to come in and pay the $150, or they could have sold them the same day for $50 like they did to me. So the craziest example I have from a Plato's Closet has to be these off-whites here. Now, these are the Vapor Maxes. They were worn when I got them. I've worn them since, so they do look a little bit more beat up. Soles aren't too yellow. You can still see all the lettering on the back. Now, these did not come with the box. They did come with the hang tag, but I don't really like wearing the hang tag with them, so it's somewhere in this room. I bought these for $125. At the time when I bought them, the condition was better. I would say like 8.5 out of 10, so they must have been worth like $450 at least, maybe more. I'm not really that sure about off-white prices, but that is the crazy type of stuff that comes through. I've also gotten Yeezys, I've gotten Jordans, I've got a whole mess of stuff from places like these, and I know for a fact that more off-whites come in, more designer brands. They get a lot of Gucci and Louis Vuitton. There are just some crazy things sitting on the shelves of these like used clothes places. Like, I'm just gonna take these out for an example. These 12s I got for my birthday from my girlfriend, but this was when she worked at Plato's Closet, so she got these from Plato's Closet. They weren't as heavily worn at the time. They were like 8 out of 10. She paid like $50 for these. Like, again, if you're just getting into GRs, you don't want to spend thousands of dollars on really, really crazy shoes. $50 for a pair of 12s like this is a great deal. It's a great quality shoe, awesome colorway. Okay guys, so those are definitely the main platforms I would say to just try and look at daily. You can always go on eBay, just kind of shift through, see what they have on search. There's hundreds of new things added every single day. Look at your apps like OfferUp, Craigslist, stuff like that. People are always putting up new listings. It's just like eBay, but people prefer to do different platforms, and you don't have to worry about paying shipping if you can just go to the other side of town and meet somebody up and get your shoes. The other one, SneakerCon, sneaker shows, they're happening all over the country. So you got people from all over trying to sell their collections, so there's obviously going to be steals there if you're willing to wait the time. And if you wait till the end of the show, that is usually when people are trying to move their stuff for cheaper because they just don't want to take it back home with them. And then lastly, like I said, are those used clothes stores. They're a hidden gem, honestly. I've gotten a lot of shoes from places like that, and I've saved so much money on really, really hot releases. So I definitely think it would be worth your guys' time and money to go and check it out. So that's the end of the video. Just kind of wanted to give you guys my thoughts and some ideas on how you guys can start to create your own collections. If you like this video, please leave a like, leave a comment. Please subscribe. I will be putting out more videos to you guys shortly. I'm trying to get them out as fast as I can film them. And as always, thank you guys for watching.